So what are the 4 items that I use on a daily basis as a blind person that make my life just a little bit easier? Stay tuned, I'll show you them coming up. Hey, it's great to see you. Welcome back to the channel, Blind to Billionaire. So I've had quite a few people ask me lately, what are some of the items that I use on a daily basis as a blind person to make my life a little bit easier? So I have a collection of just a few items here that I want to share with you because I thought it might help quite a few people since I've had just a few questions lately, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to display the items and make a quick video about it and just show you the items that I literally use on a daily basis. So I'll go through them and explain them and how I use them. So here we go. One of the questions, or one of the items, I have a white folding cane. I mean, this seems pretty rudimentary, pretty basic. Everybody pretty much has a folding cane, but this thing, I use it all the time. I always keep it folded up. I always have it with me. I use it pretty much daily. I mean, I actually do use it daily. When I go to the gym, I like to use it when I walk into the locker room. My locker is just right inside the door. You know, it's inside the door and around a couple corners, but so I usually just follow the wall in. But the reason I carry my cane and I always have it with me and I have it out is when I walk into the locker room, I like to have it out so that people know, you know, that I'm visually impaired or blind, whatever, just so that, you know, if I bump into somebody, there's no question of why. Actually, in fact, just a couple days ago, I was walking into the locker room. I forgot my cane at home, and I thought, oh, shoot, I don't want to walk in like this, but I did it anyway, walked in. I was in the door about 4 steps, and first thing I did is I bumped into a guy. And then luckily, Corey was actually standing outside of the door, and when he came out, she pulled him aside and said, hey, I'm really sorry about that. He's blind. So she kind of covered for me, but the folding white cane, it's easy. They're very cheap. You can get them on Amazon for just a few bucks. Definitely something I think you should have. I have this one, and I actually have another one that is just a rigid white cane, and I use that one around here. It doesn't travel with me as easily or as often, but definitely the folding white cane. So that's item number 1. Item number 2 that I have here around the house that stays at the house, the Amazon Alexa or Amazon Echo Dot. So again, a very relatively cheap item. It stays plugged in over on the end table here in the living room at our house, and it's always listening. So I'm pretty sure you're familiar with the Amazon Echo Dot. And the way that I use it is I use it for multiple reasons actually. If I'm in the kitchen and I use an item and I run out of it, I just say, hey, Alexa, add milk to the shopping list. So then she adds it. Or if I'm at the house and I think of a couple things that we need to do in the evening or sometime that week, I'll tell her to add file paperwork to the to-do list. Or anything that I want to do, I can just verbalize and put it on some kind of list. So for me, that's really easy because, you know, writing something down with pen and paper just isn't realistic for me anymore. I can do it, but I can't see what I'm writing. And then if I want to refer back to whatever it is that I've taken note of, I'm not able to do it because I can't see what I've written. Whereas if I'm using the Amazon Echo Dot, if I just tell Alexa, you know, if I ask her to add something to the shopping list or the to-do list, I can just ask her, hey Alexa, what's on the to-do list? And she'll recall everything that is on the to-do list, or she'll recall the entire shopping list. So I know what I'm working with. I also use it, I use it quite a few times daily to check the financial markets. I've talked about this a little bit in previous videos, but I follow the financial markets pretty closely. So there's a couple different features that she has on here that allows me to follow the financial markets pretty closely. So I like that feature as well. And there's also a lot of other features within the Amazon Echo Dot. So that's just one item that I use around the house. Obviously it stays here at the house. It doesn't travel with me at all, but it's really nice to have around the house. One more item, a talking calculator. So I realize probably not too many people need a talking calculator, but as somebody who owns a couple of rental properties and I'm constantly dealing with numbers, especially following the financial markets, I'm always calculating. So anytime I'm home, I actually bring this thing with me quite a bit too. I throw it in my backpack. So when I'm at home or I'm away or anything like that, I'm constantly running numbers. I'm constantly multiplying, dividing, adding things. So it's really nice to have a talking calculator because again, obviously I can't do it just on paper, which would also obviously be a slow way to do it. But even on a phone, I don't know, it's not as easy. For me, it's just really nice to have just a calculator that I can have on my desk. I can just reach over, grab the calculator, punch in a few numbers real quick, and I have my solution. So a talking calculator, again, it's just a few dollars on Amazon. I think this one was maybe like $6 or something like that. So again, really cheap, but it's just the option that works best for me. So finally, the last item, I've talked about this one in a couple other videos, but I'm going to go back to it once again. And this one is the Amazon Fire 7 tablet. So I use this for multiple reasons, multiple purposes here around the house, if I'm away, if I'm traveling, if I'm at my parents' house, if I'm at Corey's parents' house, or if I'm just at anybody's house around that has Wi-Fi. I actually use it at the gym as well. When I'm traveling, I bring it with me. I use it at the hotels or when I'm on the beach. So it's just really nice to have. Again, very cheap. I think I bought this for $40 on Amazon. The case was $10. I mean, $50 you can get this tablet and the case. So again, really cheap. And the way that I use this device is use it for multiple reasons. I check my email on here. If it's a short email, I'll actually respond to the email on here. I use it actually to look at my YouTube channel. I go on here and I check out my YouTube channel right on this here device. It also has, Google. I can Google anything I want. It has Alexa built into the device. So if I'm away, again, if I'm sitting on the beach in Aruba and I want to know something, I can say, hey, Alexa, what's the temperature in Minneapolis, Minnesota? And she'll be able to tell me. So it's really nice to have Alexa built into this device that I can use when I'm traveling or I'm away from the house or my PC. I also use this device. It has the internet, obviously it has the internet and browsing on it. So I can just look up anything that I want to on the internet. So one cool thing about this device is it has text to voice. So as I use the device, I can just slide my finger around and whatever I'm touching, it'll read that to me. So it's really easy to use. I'm proficient with it at this point. When I first bought it, obviously, I didn't know what I was doing, but over the course of a few weeks and months, I've gained more skills with this, and I'm able to use it pretty easily and efficiently. So I just use this device, and it makes it really easy, just to do just the basic things that any person would typically do on their phone or their PC. I just do it here on my tablet. So it makes my life a lot easier. So anyway, to answer some of the common questions that I've had coming in the last couple of weeks, what are some of the items that I use to make my life easier as a blind person? These are them. So again, I'll go through it. The talking calculator, again, not something that every person needs, but it's something that I like to use because I'm just always running numbers. So that's something I use. Again, the Amazon Fire 7 tablet, which I will put a link to this down below in the description if you're interested in getting it. Like I said, when I bought it, it was $40 on Amazon plus a $10 case, so $50 total. I mean, super cheap for a tablet. And then, where is it? The Amazon Echo Dot, a device that I use here at the house, where if you're using like shopping lists, to-do lists, to look things up, to have her look things up, search phone numbers. So it's just a handy device to have at the house. Again, a very cheap item. I'm not sure exactly what it is, maybe $30, $40. It's not much at all on Amazon. So again, I'll put the link to this item if you're interested down in the description. You can check it out there. And then again, the white folding cane. This thing is awesome. It's so nice to have. I bring it with me when I travel. I always have it out at the airports. I use it at the gym. I use it sometimes just around if I'm going to the grocery store or something like that. Not necessarily to use it, like actually use it to feel my way around, but I actually have it out just so that people know that I'm visually impaired if I ever bump into people. And any of you who are visually impaired, you know how it is. We're constantly bumping into people. I know I am, so I'm guessing you probably are too. And it's just nice to let the cane do the talking for us. So when that person turns around and they're all pissed off, wondering why they bumped into you, they see the cane and then they know. Actually, kind of a funny story. I was at the airport, I don't know, a few months ago, and we were going through security, and I had my cane out, and some guy, we were walking over to the security, going out to the checkpoint or whatever, where you put your bags up on the roller, and I had my cane out, and some guy was bending over to grab a bin, and I hit him in the head with it, and I didn't know it. And Corey was kind of laughing a little bit, and he stood up, and he kind of looked back at me, and he apologized. He said, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry," when I actually whacked him in the head with my cane. So it was kind of funny, but it was funny how he apologized to me when I was actually the one that hit him. So totally an accident, but again, just one more way that the cane did the talking for me. So anyway, I hope that helps. 4 items that I use on a daily basis that make my life a lot easier as a blind person. So again, these items will be linked up down in the description. If you're interested, you can just click on the links and it'll take you right to the products there on Amazon. So thanks again for watching. I really appreciate your support here on this channel. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. I love interacting with all of you. It's been so much fun talking, getting to know you, answering all of your questions, and just interacting with all of you on a more personal level. It's been really fun, and it just really gets me excited to get to know all of you. So thanks again for really all of your support. I really do appreciate it. It means a lot to me. It truly means a lot to me. So thanks again for watching. I'll see you again on a future video, probably tomorrow. Thanks again.